welcome back. My name's Andrew Keeping, and as many of you know, I'm a bit of an audiophile. I just love experimenting with finding the perfect microphone or microphone configuration or cluster mic configuration to get the perfect sound for my clients, just like this. So recently, my son's been bugging me and he's been saying,
"Why don't you do a review of a USB microphone for gaming?"
Now I'm thinking to myself, hold up a minute, what are you really asking me?
Well, maybe I could have it after you? Maybe? Please?
Then I thought, do you know what, that's not a bad idea. So I bought this, the Tonor Q9 USB microphone kit. All of this for $59.99. What do you get when you unbox this microphone kit? I was intrigued. You get the USB cable, you get the clamp to attach the cradle and the boom scissor arm to the table. You get a pop filter, you get a windshield or a windscreen, and of course you get the condenser microphone as well. Let's talk a little bit about the specifications now. Just what do we have with the microphone? Well, the microphone's a USB 3.0 cardioid microphone. It's a 16mm large diaphragm condenser microphone. And when we talk about cardioid, we're talking about like the heart shape. So it would take the sound from this part. Behind you would not get much sound, but at the front, that's where the focus is. It's a larger range. So we're going from 20 to 20,000 hertz. And that's the normal sound that the ear can hear. It's 16-bit rate, which can be a little bit limiting. In my recording studio, I use 24-bit, 32-bit float. So I actually would not be interested in using this as a microphone in my studio. But that doesn't affect most people. That's only because I work like that in my studio, my DAW, my digital audio workstation. It works at 48 kilohertz, so this is ideal for video work because 48 kilohertz is quite often the frequency that we use for recording film and video. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it through its paces and I'm going to test it on 3 different levels. First of all, I'm going to test it with gaming. So, of course, I gave it to my son. He had a little play around with it, used it with his mates, and they tested it out through the PlayStation 4 and, well, let's see what he felt. I'm also going to put it through its paces using it as a podcast or for YouTube videos. I see this probably as the area that it's well suited to. And then, of course, I'm going to put it in a studio environment where I will test it out, recording voice, recording instruments, and let's just see how it compares with other microphones there. So we've got a test here that I think is a very valid test. It's one that the microphone could well be used for to good effect, and that is using either Skype or QuickTime Player. And this will be a really good test for the microphone to see how the quality of the sound bears up compared with the microphones of most laptop or computers. So here we go. I'm going to move away so you get an idea of the proximity effect and the distance and the room noise, and then coming back again. And now on off-axis test, so you can still hear me, but It's obvious I'm moving away, and that whole cardioid, the heart shape effect, you can hear where the sound of my voice works well. Now, without the pop filter, I haven't got the windshield on it either, but without the pop filter, you can hear the difference that it makes, because if I talk, the sibilances stand out. And if I said Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, you can hear the sibilances, the plosives on that. And let's put it back. Let's go. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. There you go. So one of the things I'm noticing, the more I use the microphone, is that there is quite a latency or quite a delay between the microphone and what you're seeing on a screen. So that's going through my computer. So that could be quite an issue for some people. And I would actually advise using the microphone with the volume turned down, and that will definitely help you feel a little bit more comfortable with the latency, with the delay. So I thought it'd be a good idea to give you a comparison with another condenser microphone. Now, this is running through my RME audio interface. It's the Fireface 802, which has superb preamplifiers. The microphone here is the AT4033, which is around a £400 microphone. I didn't want to go for the real high-end ones. I wanted to go for a middle-of-the-road Audio-Technica 4033. And each microphone has its place. Sometimes they work better for in certain instruments or voices than some of the very expensive ones. And that's where you have to understand the sound of your microphone and where it suits it best.
All this talk of getting old, it's getting me down, my love, like a cat in a bag, waiting to drown. This time I'm coming down.
So I've just done some analysis on Insight 2 by Isotope, and it actually confirmed their signal to noise ratio of 97 decibels to be not far off the mark. It varied around between 100 and what have you, but that's not bad at all. And as you can hear with this, it's not a distraction. It's not bad. If I was recording very quietly, then you might hear a little bit. But do you know what? For the money, that really isn't a bad call. When I asked my son, what did you love about the microphone? And he was saying he loved the maneuverability of this boom arm. The fact that he could adjust it into different positions with ease was excellent, particularly with gaming. And he liked the fact, the proximity effect, that you could adjust the sound that people would hear by just moving closer and moving further away. Do you know what? I don't get this because I'm not a gamer, but when he plays with his mates, he loves the fact that he can play around with the mic a little bit. It's not a microphone that's stuck on a headset, which is too boomy, too in your face. When you're shouting and excited about things, he can move away from the microphone. He can play around with the sounds that he's getting. And fair enough, he knows what he's talking about. He enjoys that. The other thing he loved, he said, it looks really cool. It looks professional. It looks like you're a professional gamer. And do you know what? For $59.99, he loves that. The microphone itself is very easy because you just, as I say, you plug and play, and you can just adjust the volume by pressing up and down with the one volume button, and that's brilliant. If you need to mute it, you just press and hold that button, and again, that was something that he really liked. What about the cons? Well, the biggest con for him was the fact that on the table that he had, the clamp, you need to have a straight edge table really. He had one which arched up underneath and it would have to adjust. So we had to fit a piece of wood underneath it for it to clamp on. But that was just his table. So just be aware of that. The other thing I suggested to him was for some of the noise from the table, if he was playing on the table and it would rattle or something like that, I said a simple, easy method to help that is when you clamp it to the table, make sure you use a bit of cloth or even a bit of foam. That's quite a useful technique because it softens, it absorbs some of that rattle, some of that sound. And when he's typing on the computer for the PC, that worked really well. So all in all, he loved it for gaming. His mates loved it for gaming because he wasn't shouting down this close microphone that was had so much distortion from his headset, and they really liked it as well. So it was a thumbs up from him. So what is the competition out there? Well, toners say that they pride themselves on getting feedback from at least 10,000 of their clients so that they can improve their products and make a better quality piece of kit and find the market that they're really aiming for. Now, in that market, around the sort of price range and above, you've got the Fifine company, you've got Blue Yeti, Samson, Behringer, and all of these also produce good USB. You've got loads of videos out there to show what microphones are, what the microphones are. You've got videos out there to be able to help you in deciding if you want to compare USB microphones. So my take on this, is it worth the money? For me, because I've already got equipment, obviously I wouldn't be investing in this. But do you know what? I'm really happy to give this to my son because he is chuffed to pieces with it. And if you are a startup YouTuber and you've been using your microphone on your phone, or you've been using for vlogging a microphone on your computer or something like that on a camera, these have poor preamplifiers. These don't have very good microphones either. And this is definitely a step up because the higher frequency gives you more range on which to work. It picks up more frequencies within the voice, so it gives you a better quality sound straight away. Yes, it does do that. And it's a plug and play, so you just plug in, you can adjust the volume, you don't have to think about too much. You don't even have to download any new software. It goes straight in. You click on your sound devices on your computer and you go into the Q9. It's easy and it sets it up for you. So it works really well. Then if you're using, say, iMovie or whatever your photo or video software is, you can adjust EQs in there because they have built-in EQs and compression, so you can adjust the sound however you want to, and that's a good thing too. What about for gaming? Well, I told you how my son felt about it. He loved it. He thought it was brilliant. He was able to adapt to it, and he's getting used to using it as well. He loved the freedom of having a microphone on the table while he's gaming, or as he put it, on the side of a bench where he can have the maneuverability of the boom arm. That's great. In a studio environment for recording, I don't think it has a place really. Not unless you're an absolute beginner and you're just starting out and you want to try things through GarageBand or Reaper or something like that, and you want to play around with the sounds. Do you know what? By all means, get your teeth into it and try and get the best possible sound. As I said earlier, that really does help you to become a better recording engineer because you actually learn all the different methods and techniques of the plugins like equalization, compression. And so when you understand those better and you've been able to get a good sound out of those, then you know what sort of mic you need to move up to, where you'll be going from then on. So at £59.99. If I was to buy, and I have done, boom arm separately, you could get them anything from £10 to £50 for a boom arm with a cradle and with a pop filter. You look on and the clamp onto the table. All of these parts individually would come to just under £50. That's not even including the microphone. So at $59.99, is this worth buying? If you're a starter, absolutely. And if you want to step up from the very basic YouTube level to becoming a bit of a podcaster, this will be a really good choice for you. So there you have it. Hope that helps. If you've enjoyed listening and to this review and you found it useful, fantastic news. That's what we're here for. Stick a thumbs up, click on the thumbs up. But more importantly, I'm always putting up new tutorials and reviews on different products. So please subscribe and click on that button, that bell, to let you know that when I'm going to be putting and posting up new reviews, tutorials, and interesting facts. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.